going to share the link to this live to my other social media, so just give me a sec here. Last night I tried, if you weren't on the live last night, I tried to do a live and the sound was very messed up. And this is my real phone right here. Something's messed up with this sound. So I'm using an older iPhone, so you have to let me know. It should be fine, the sound at least, but actually I think the quality looks just as good as this phone. So anyways, since I normally share my link, let me try to go to that so that I can do that. Why is it not showing up? But anyways, hello, how are you guys? Okay, here we go. Share. Because I normally share the link, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. I normally set up my lives with my phone, but hello, we're gonna get to crafting in just a second. Let me go ahead and share this. I was hoping to do this live much earlier in the day, but yeah, okay. We'll post it there. So since I am using an old phone, let me know if the sound and quality is okay. It looks okay from my preview, but okay, we'll go to the Paper Terrace Facebook group. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be 102 degrees today. Tomorrow, 107. Sounds great. Hi, Diane. Hi, Susan. Good. The sound is much better. I mean, it should be, because the reason I was having sound issues yesterday is I figured out something's wrong with my phone. So I knew the sound should be okay on my old phone that we're on. But okay, let's see. I think I'm all done here. Shared. Let's really quickly go like this. And then I'll show you what we're making. Oh, let me know, were you on the live last night? I was so excited to do that live last night too. And everyone was saying, like, it's fine, the sound's not good, but it's fine. There's just no way that I would have been able to not obsess over the fact that the sound was all weird. I did keep the live up, but I wouldn't have been able to continue on. Okay, so here we go. Come join me live right now. Okay, done. We're off the phone. Let me plug this in. And then go ahead and grab your wallpaper if you want. So let me show you what I'm making, just in case you weren't on the live last night. You were there last night. Yeah, like I said, something, I don't know, my phone's been dropped a bunch. I mean, I'm pretty certain I've never had I don't think I've ever got like any liquids on it, but maybe I have kids. But for a few weeks, my mom will tell me when I talk to her on the phone that the sound is weird. But I thought it was her phone because no one else ever tells me the sound is weird. So I'm kind of curious about that. And then I know from a few of the videos that I've filmed lately, I'll notice the sound is kind of like staticky in the beginning, but not as bad as last night's live, so who knows. Anyways, I'm working on these little journal pockets. Yeah, the mic must be messed up, I don't know, but hi Jasmine. And specifically, today I am going to be working on these. They're just simple little scrappy pads, I don't know what to call them, but I'm using wallpaper, and I'm just gonna make it's like a little notepad but with wallpaper, and then to make it a little bit cuter I put some lace and trim up. when I saw your live. Just kidding. Yeah, I think I saw your message, Susan, but yeah, for whatever reason, it was pretty bad last night, so I don't know. And then I'm making these little collage strips, which I showed last night too. And I was inspired by Tim Holt's collage strips. His are printed, so you know, it's just one layer. So I thought it would be even cooler to take the idea, use your scraps, and add some sewing design. So that's what I'm working on. These are for Patreon. And so basically I'm just gonna be here cutting papers and chatting with you guys. I'm using this library card to get the right size. And I could probably put this in my trimmer and trimmer it all up much quicker, but I don't know. I don't mind going like this. I just use my little library card as a template. I guess it would be quicker to use my trimmer, huh? Maybe I should just bring that over here. Are you guys working on any crafty projects today? Okay, let's see. The only thing is it's a little too big here, so. Can it go in this way? No. Okay. Let's see here. Then what I'm gonna do is I will make this a little shorter by trimming off some of the length. My daughter and I went on a trail walk this morning. It was nice before the heat comes. What's the weather like where you are? Like, how many degrees, how hot is it gonna get? Or what's it like? Yeah, it's gonna be 102 today, 107 tomorrow. All right, now that we got that trimmed, I'll just find out what size this little library card is. And let's see, it's about 3 inches by 5, okay. So, I love this trimmer that I have. Okay, so I think, yeah, I don't know why I've been cutting these all by hand. This would probably be much quicker. And I am making 30 of these little scrappy pads. Each one has 3 pages, so I guess I need 90 wallpaper squares, rectangles. And I already have a bunch cut up, so let's see. This would be really fun. I've made these before with different types of paper scraps. Also, you guys can't exactly see what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm also just wanting to hang out. I have this Halloween fabric on here, by the way, because I filmed a really cool video yesterday, which is the unboxing of the next junk journaler kit, by the junking journaler. Look at that. I want to give you a peek, but I'm gonna have to wait. But I did film it, and it is such a cool box. I think I just moved that. Okay. Whoops. Let's see what you got. Those scrappy pads are great for journal ephemera. Yeah, and I do like to make them, like I was saying, with different types of papers, like ledger paper, graph paper, and I really like making them and having all of the papers be different sizes. Like, for instance, you can go through your scrap paper. I have one right behind me, which is where I'm grabbing. And few different pieces so I can show you what I'm trying to do here. All I'm gonna do is a zoom, 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 and a boom, boom, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, fabric, okay. Basically, I'm sure you've seen these before, but you could take different sizes and like textures of papers, like here's some fabric. You could do fabric, and you could have the pages be like, I kind of like it when they're like ripped and not even perfect. So let's just do that, like that, like that. There we go. Because I like when you can see all of the different, I like when you can see all the different types of papers and then just sew across. And then you have this little packet of papers. And if you're like, okay, but what do I do with it? Well, you could just put it in your journal, and you could journal on these. You could add pictures and have it be like a little flippy thing. You could add like tickets and memorabilia, and again, have it just be like a little flippy kind of thing in your journal. Or you could just put this in one of the pockets of your journal and tear off little pieces whenever you're doing like a layout, and use it in just like your journaling layout. So that's how I would use those, and I will be doing a video showing how I'll use it coming up soon here. Okay, but I'll get back to trimming this down. So 3 inches. This fabric is moving around. Oh, hi, Maddie. I guess I didn't tell you. Maybe I told you I was coming on here, but hello, hello. Oh, sounds perfect. Yeah, good. Well, that's because I'm not using my... That's because I'm not using my broken, messed up phone, but good to know that my old phone works. The only problem I'm gonna have to make sure to watch is probably gonna die. Like, it doesn't stay charged, and I do have a charger that I can try to plug it in, but it doesn't plug in very easily with this, what do you call this? Tripod. So that's the only issue, but we'll test it out and see how long. I tried fully charging it overnight, and it won't charge all the way. And then again, it will just like die when it shows that it still has. So anyways, that was why I ever bought a new phone, because that one doesn't charge right. I love this wallpaper. Flowers. Okay, so we'll start putting some of these together in just a second here. Okay, we'll put you over there. I could keep cutting these down, but I think I'm just going to start making the little notepads just so I can see how much I have. But okay, I'm going to also bring you guys up a little bit. Hi Beverly, how are you? Trying to get you guys situated here so that you can kind of see what I'm doing maybe. But also I want to be able to read the comments, so let's try that. Oof, my arm is going numb right now. Okay, let me just check up on these really quick. Jasmine says it's been super hot in Texas. Oh man. 95 in Clearwater, Florida, but it feels hotter than that. 70s in Colorado. Just use paper. You could add Mod Podge to the top edge of all of those pages together. Ooh, yeah, and tear them away and use throughout the journal. That's a really cool idea too, Jasmine. Back to school shopping. I need to do some of that, actually. And let's see, and where did you get the big sheets of wallpaper? Okay, I actually, it's a little messy in here even though I just did a cleaning video. I got these wallpaper, the big sheets of wallpaper. What? I got the big sheets of wallpaper from these wallpaper books that I have. If you see all of those, they're huge wallpaper books, and I'm gonna start messing with these while we're talking. And also, I can't stand this fabric on here, but oh my gosh, I can't form sentences today apparently, but I got them from paint shops, and what you can do is go into the paint shop, probably other types of, like maybe like even Home Depot you could, and ask if they have expired wallpaper booklets, because they just get rid of them. But like for instance, here's one. And so I have a ton of these books. I had to actually stop myself from getting more because I had too many. But anyways, I'm gonna start making up these little scrappy pads with my wallpapers. So I'm just gonna pile 3 different types of wallpaper into each little pile. So I'm just gonna randomly grab from the piles, and then I will stack them right here, and then I can get rid of this darn fabric. I have a video on my channel somewhere talking about how I got the free wallpaper books. I know now that a lot of people have kind of started doing that, and so they might not give them out for free anymore. I'm not even sure, but I haven't tried in a while. The only thing I don't like about having so many is they're so big and they're really hard to store just because they don't lay flat, but not complaining. I have like an unlimited supply of wallpaper. But the other thing about this phone is it doesn't show me the comments unless I like click on the screen. So if you are asking me a question or something like that and I don't respond, I just don't see it pop up. This is actually not wallpaper. I'm not sure what it is. It's like a parchment paper, and I really like it. So I did add that into this mix. And this one's really cool too. It's really textured. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like super embossed. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Okay. Oh wait, that's 3. Yeah, I'm just doing 3. These would be fun to make with bigger packs also. But I'm sending them in the mail, so I need them to be pretty thin. Okay, I wonder how many I have here. And then I'm going to cut little pieces of lace and trim to sew onto the top of them, just for, I don't know, I think it makes them cuter. Okay. Let me know, is there any kinds of junk journal projects that you've been wanting to do, like try something new? Maybe a certain kind of journal you've been wanting to make, or maybe a certain themed journal. I've been really into just super basic projects lately, which is nice. It's fun to use up your scraps and everything, but I definitely want to like try something new, and I'm not exactly sure what. Okay, I need to cut up just a few different types here to finish off these piles. So I'm just gonna sit here and just cut them with my scissors. So and then after I make some of these, I think I'm gonna work on some of these collage strips. So I really want to create some Halloween journals, or maybe not even Halloween, but I really want to use the junking journaler box that I have to create, like, I don't know, like a spookier, dark themed journal. That's what I would like to do. So I'm hoping to do that soon. In September, I'm going to work on some vintage, what would I call it? Vintage school themed journal packs, and I think it would be really fun to do maybe like vintage school journals as well. In fact, I've made a couple. I don't exactly know what to call them, but I remember I made like a vintage school, kind of back to school children's journal once for someone who was a teacher, and it turned out so cute. It had like lots of like altered flashcards in it, and vocabulary card type things, lots of different papers, like children's book papers and things like that. And that was one of the funnest journals ever. I'm not exactly sure what to title that. I guess it was like vintage school. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Help me out. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay. Now I just need one more designed wallpaper to finish off these piles. So let me grab one out of this book here. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. Most of these are really light colors, but this one's cool. It's like, it's hard to tell on camera, but it's a lavender and white, but it's very textured. It almost feels like carpet, or like a rug. It almost feels like a rug. Okay. And I just need 2 more. Okay, this cutting is really irritating my numb finger. One more, then we'll be done. One more, we'll be done. We will be done. Then I can take this Halloween fabric off of my desk. It's really distracting my eyeballs. Okay, got that. Cool. Let's move all of this to the side. We might go to the sewing machine at some point. Okay, let me just pick this up here. Ah! Oh no. That trim fell. I'll show you in a second. But it was attached to something up here, and so it just rolled off my desk and unraveled a bunch of it. If you couldn't see this fabric, let me show you. So the reason I had this on my desk was because I just filmed a video unboxing a journal box from the Junking Journaler, and I can't exactly tell you the specific theme that it is, but it's not really a Halloween theme. I don't know. Either way, that fabric kind of went along with it, so yes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Junking Journaler, I've opened quite a few of her journal boxes, but I can show you at least the box right now. And I've been showing a few sneak peeks, like here on this channel and on my Instagram. So I'll be showing little sneak peeks, but it's basically a really epic journal box. So, okay, so now I have my piles of wallpaper rectangles, and now I'm going to, ooh, I just got an idea. Now I'm gonna put them together, and I had to get that trim that just fell. I think instead of sewing them, I think I'm gonna use my mini Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I like staples on my papers and things. Okay, let's try to see if we can get you at a better angle here. Sorry, I know it's very wobbly. I'm just trying to, I don't know, it's so hard sometimes to get a good angle. Like, I want to be able to see you guys, and that might be okay. If I have it too angled, you can't really see. I can't see the screen. So anyways, okay, here we go. I'm gonna make these little scrappy pads, and I think I'm gonna try out staples instead of sewing them, so we don't have to go to the sewing machine. And let me get my good scissors. And basically, I'm going to cut some lace for the top of them, and then some trim. I'm at a really weird angle for cutting. I think the reason why staples will work better for these scrappy pads too, because it'll be a little easier to rip away the pages if you wanted to like rip away an entire page. I think it's easier to rip staples out than sewing. And then also you'll be able to reuse like the trim that's at the top. There's like a cat hair flying around. Oh, it's probably not a cat hair. It's probably from the lace. And I can see it flying around, and then like one's like on my nose. So I'm just cutting a few of these laces, and then that way I can kind of do this quicker. And let me make sure like, oh geez. Okay. Let me catch up on some. Lace does make anything look nice. Yes, I agree, Susan. Ooh, I started my own YouTube channel with just the basics. I use your videos for my creativity. Hope it's okay to share here. Absolutely. Scraps to crafts. Awesome. I feel like I maybe have, I feel like, am I subscribed to you? I feel like I've seen some, maybe not, but okay. So then I'm going to cut some of this trim. This is one of my favorite trims. It's perfect for journals. Just cut a bunch of these, just about the same width as the top of these little packs. It's okay if they're not the exact. Then we can start putting them together. Let's just start. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure I have 3 little rectangles. We'll put the lace at the very top, and then one of these trims. And I want that to be at the very, very top so I can just staple right up near the top. And then I think I'll just try, hopefully I have staples in here. Probably 3 across. Yeah. Yes, I like how that looks, honestly. You can't really even tell. See? So, this one's sewn. I like the sewing too, but not everyone has a sewing machine. It's really not that big of a difference. So yeah, I'm just gonna start putting these little packs together. Let's see. Oh, hi, Julie. Hope you're feeling better and better. Yeah, I'm okay. There's definitely some improvement. My arm is very tingly right now and my finger is numb. But today when I woke up, my finger was, only the tip of my finger was numb. And for like the last at least 2 weeks, probably 2.5, my entire finger has been numb all the way down here. And so today when I woke up, it was just the tip. But now that I've been up and moving and doing things, it is definitely back to being numb. So it's just an irritating feeling, but I've seen little improvements, and I'm doing my stretches every single day, 3 times a day. I got started with physical therapy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a herniated discs at C6 and C7, and I go back to physical therapy Tuesday, so in a couple days. So feeling hopeful. And I think there was another comment that what the heck? I'm an amateur. I don't think you're subscribed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think maybe I'm just, like, I recognize your name, so that's probably what I was thinking. But hey, we all gotta start somewhere. Oh, hello, Tanya, or Tanya. Hopefully I said it right. I'm new, but have been following you. Yes, and physical therapy. I'm glad that I got started with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix these up, like whatever order the wallpaper is in, just so they're all gonna be a little bit different, whatever. But yeah, these would be really fun to use with your scraps, and like using different types of paper, different sizes and all of that. Like even for your own journaling, honestly. I have so many paper scraps, and if I had all the time available, there's just so many different things I could do with scraps. But in the last couple months, I feel like I've really been a lot more into like simple projects and yeah, using things that we have. Definitely I'm not buying as much as I used to, but yeah. Okay, some of these trims are kind of like twisted, so it's a little tricky to get it untwisted, but okay, so after I make a couple, I'll just make up here what I have, and then I'm going to work on these little collage strips that were inspired by Tim Holtz. And some of these wallpapers aren't like exactly the same, but that's okay. Normally I would make these a lot more not so perfect, but I like to try different things out, and I thought I would keep these ones a little bit more neater, and now I'm out of staples. So gotta put more staples in. Let's see if I have any colored ones. I do. We got green. Whoops. It's hard to do things like this with my numb finger because like I need to be feeling, and it's just so weird because I can't. Okay, why are you not working? Oh, weird. Maybe my colored staples don't actually fit in here. That's weird. No, they don't. Don't know why. That's okay. Okay. We'll just keep these staples where we can grab them. Let's see. Oh yeah, earlier I think Jasmine was saying another thing you could do instead of like stapling or sewing, you could use a little bit of Mod Podge at the tops to, I think she was saying like kind of glue them together, but just at the top, and then you can easily rip off the pages when you wanted to use them. That was how I understood it, at least. And that's a cool idea too. But these are looking cute. All of them together. Very cute. I wish I could figure out how to get my comments to show up here. Ooh, I had a herniated C567. Oh, and you had to have surgery with cadaver bones put in. So my mom had a broken neck, and she also has cadaver bones in her neck, but my absolute worst fear ever was neck injuries. So I've had a lot of anxiety come along with this because surgery terrifies me. I'm hoping that I can avoid surgery. But okay. Today what I did a bad thing. I feel like my foot has been feeling a little bit numb off and on, and so I was Googling what nerves, or I was Googling what's affected by C6 and C7, and I wanted to see like if it affected your legs or your feet at all, and it mentioned like your heart and lungs, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, could I don't know, I had to stop reading. I was getting nervous. I was like, does this mean like, can this really affect my heart? Like, and I don't know, never mind. Oh no. Googling, I shouldn't have done that. Guarantee I'm gonna be obsessing about that for a while. Okay. I just need to cut some more lace now. So I need 30 of these, and I don't think I ever counted. Let's go ahead and count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, we're almost there then. 26. Oh, and I get 26. Let me look something up so I can see how many I actually need. Let me go to Patreon. These are getting sent to my Orchid members for Patreon. So, the other tiers, the main thing this month is, I'll just show you. If you're curious, if you're a Patreon member, or if you're wondering, are these little book page pockets. They're sewn with washi tape and little labels, and then little postcard. And the postcards are all different, but what else? Oh yeah, you know, let me show you a little sneak peek of the postcard set that I am sharing with Patreon members this month. You can kind of see. They're just like vintage, botanical. There are some weird ones in here, but that's how that goes with postcard packs. Okay, so real quick, I need to look up and see how many I need to make here. Oh, don't tell me you signed me out. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Okay. So I need about 35 actually, so 26. I think I said I had 26. So I probably need like 10 more, which is very doable. I can do that today. I can do that today. I can do that today. Hey, 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 hey. Well, I'm wondering if I should... I'm probably not going to be able to stay on much longer because I don't want to overdo my arm situation. So maybe I'm going to set this aside and make one of these collage strips with you guys. That way we can do a variety of things. And then if I still feel like it, I'll go back to making these. So let's do that. I am going to grab a bag of, or not a bag, but a box of scrap paper I have. I have like 5 of these, but this one is kind of the one I was thinking I'll use. Let me go over here. And, okay, so we need that. We need, where did you go? Where, oh, right here. It went right here. I'm losing my mind. Where did it go? Okay, and if you maybe just hopped on or you don't know what I'm talking about, we're gonna make these little collage strips like this. Just literally the most simple little thing. And I am making them on the back of book pages. And this is Tim Holtz's version. Oops. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to, you need something for like your base. You could use printer paper, you could use book pages, whatever you want. I have these big, nice book pages, and I just never used this book, so I'm gonna start out by, I'm gonna use up the back pages because I think it doesn't need to be like pretty. I might as well not use up the pretty pages, right? Yeah. And if you want them to be thicker, you could use like a file folder, something like that. We're gonna need some glue. Ooh, I could use, instead of using up like my good glue, I could also use Mod Podge. And maybe a brush. Let's see. That might be a good idea. Let's see. Yeah, use the back pages. I'm using black and white street pages from Thomas Guide. Cool. I know I shouldn't Google, but man, let's stop Googling. Yeah, but you know, everyone does. You don't order from Temu, do you? I've unfollowed people for supporting them. I haven't, but I mean, whatever. Let's see here. Oof. Okay, this might be hard to open. I'm trying not to hurt my hand. Let me try one more time. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I've unfollowed people for just being judgmental, but that's about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna try Mod Podge, I think, because I have been using my Tombow. Actually, I don't need to put the glue on yet. I need to get my papers ready. But I have been using my favorite glue, and you probably already know, but Tombow Mono Aqua, but it's kind of expensive, so I might as well not use it on something like this. So the next thing, you can totally just collage papers and have them be all different shapes and sizes. But I've done that so many times, and I've made, I guess, kind of what you call a masterboard. But the thing I liked about the Tim Holtz ones was I liked how everything was vertical. It's just a little bit different, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit different. So I am going to take my scraps and basically, if they're not square or whatever, not square, I'm gonna make them all be like strips, okay? I think that makes sense. So I already have a lot of strips in here because a lot of times when I'm cutting pages down, you know, you end up with strips. So basically I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of strips, and if I have other pages in here that I want to use that are not a strip, then I'll just go ahead and trim them down. And you can use your paper trimmer so that they're super straight, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. And then also, I think it's fun to have different sizes and widths of the scraps as well. And so I'm even going to use some book pages, but I am trying to pull out like prettier papers, if that makes sense. But there's really so many different ways you can do this. But yeah, a great way to use up your strips of paper. And sometimes I'll even put in, like, I have kind of like journal card size papers, and I'll cut these down. Hi Jessica, this is Marissa. Love your, oh, thank you. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I like how it's super straight and clean. So I feel like that's kind of a little bit of a theme this month, is I'm doing things a little bit neater and cleaner than I normally do. Maybe that's because I feel like my life is not neater and cleaner right now, so let's have our crafting be like that. I don't actually know, that was silly. So I'm just gonna cut these down. It's just easier to have everything ready to go. When I did this at first, I did use my trimmer so that everything was super straight, but I felt like that took me a long time just to make up one of these, and that's not the kind of crafting that I want to be doing, so we'll do it this way, and if I find that things aren't lining up well enough, then I'll change it up next time. But I think it's going to be fine if things are like overlapping a little bit. You can kind of do what works best for you and what you like. Let's see here. Oh, I have like some handmade papers, and so I'll just kind of clean up the edges of them. I know you can't really, hopefully you can see what I'm doing well enough. And then whatever I cut off, I'll decide if it's garbage, or I can put it back in my little scrap bin. These garbage. I think I'm thirsty. I think I need to go get some water. I was thinking, since I really liked Tim Holtz's version, I was also thinking it would be cool. I'm gonna set these out here. I don't know why, just so you can see them. I was thinking it would be fun to make some of these with all of like Tim Holtz papers, because I use a lot of Tim Holtz papers. So that would be something. Which reminds me, is he never gonna have, oh my gosh, I'm using my good scissors. Is Tim Holtz never going to have paper pads again? That makes me sad, because his paper is the best. And I think someone told me once that he wasn't going to have paper pads anymore. And I don't know if that's because he is kind of trying to get away from the whole scrapbooking thing, but I feel like people use his papers in so many different ways other than like scrapbooking. So that's just something I think I thought I heard, if that even makes sense. Ooh, this might be kind of cool. I have this strip here that has like some holes cut out of it. Not the 12 by 12 is what I heard. Yeah, bummer. Oh yeah, that could be interesting to have some punched papers, just because we have the book page as a background too, so. Okay, I probably almost have enough to get started with here. I have some music paper. I'll be right back. I gotta grab water. Okay, back, better than ever. I actually got some raspberry lemonade. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. Okay. I really want to get started with this, so let me just cut you down and we'll get started here. Ooh, that's fun. Got some coffee dyed paper, strips, so, and a few more strips that are already strips. Again, I'm not trying to make these strips perfect, but some of them have kind of jagged edges and I think it'll line up better if I get rid of that. All right, so I guess you guys can see, I'm gonna angle you down a little bit more. I find if I angle this too much, sometimes the phone like will fall, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna take our Mod Podge and I'm just gonna do this the easiest way and, oof, are you lumpy? Are you old? Probably. Could add a little bit of water, but I probably should have added a little bit of water. I'm just gonna, with an old brush, just line that up like that. And then the only thing is if our strips are overlapping, I might need to add a little extra glue. I'm just gonna go halfway down because this stuff does dry rather quickly. And there's little brush hairs in here, but that's okay because no one's gonna see that. Okay, I'm just gonna get started and try to line these up, just starting from the top and going down to the bottom. The only thing with the Mod Podge is it is gonna make it a little wrinkly, but honestly that's not a big deal to me. When it's done, when I'm all done, I can put something heavy on it and it'll flatten out just fine. And some of these pieces are a little longer than the page. I'll just let them hang off and I'll trim it. Trim it. I could cut it too. My main goal here is just to try and cover up the whole page. But like for instance, if you see, I have papers right here, but then over here, since I put like a wider one and then a smaller one, we have this gap, and I just leave that, and then I'll go back and find like a smaller paper to fit in there. Ooh, washi tape would also be pretty fun to add in. Does not have to be perfect. Yeah, washi tape would be actually really cool to add into this. In fact, I have my washi tape right next to me. Oops. Yeah, I messed that one up. Oh my gosh, when I was making my book page pockets, I had to peel so much washi tape because this washi tape has like the backing, and I need to do that with like my pointer finger, which is numb, and it was the most annoying feeling ever. It was like, ugh, I don't even know how to explain it. It was awful, and I had to do that for like 3 days straight. Not fun, but I got through it. I did it. Okay, that is really pretty. Ooh, I like adding the washi tape because it's a little bit see-through, so you can see the book page. It looks really cool. I'll show you guys in just a sec. And I'm just trying to make sure that I am changing up the prints on here of scrap strips that I'm using, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm not sure if I like the Mod Podge, to be quite honest, because it really wrinkles the paper. Ooh, you could Mod Podge over all of these squares, or not squares, the strips when you're done if you want. Wonder if I would like that. If you guys use Mod Podge a lot, let me know if that's something you would do. Mod Podge over everything when it's all done. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely gonna, depending on what kind you have, that could make it a little bit shiny, but it might look cool. I think mine's the matte version. No, I have gloss. But I've had the matte one before, and I still feel like it's a bit shiny, so I don't know. Okay. We are getting to the bottom. This is definitely much quicker than the first time when I did it. And I'm not sure why, but just an observation. Okay, this piece is going to be a little bit bigger than everything, so I'm overlapping a little bit, and so I just added a bit more Mod Podge so that everything will stick down. Okay, I'm going to add some ledger paper. Now the first round, I sewed down the center, one, just because it adds a little bit something extra, but then two, I felt like some of the strips, once I cut these into strips, I felt like some of the papers were kind of lifting up a bit. So I thought that if I sewed it down the center, nothing would fall off, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead really quick and trim off the excess so you can see. I'm just letting that all hang off just because it's kind of quicker just to do this all at once than to trim off the excess after every time, I think. Then I can reuse those as well. The washi tape, I'm just gonna fold that over. Oof, my whole arm is tingling right now, and when it does that, it feels like a little weaker than normal. Okay, but we're all right. Okay, so we're almost to the bottom. I really like the way the washi tape looks, so I'll show you in a minute. But let me grab another washi tape. Let's see here. We'll use this one. Then from here, there's so many different things you can do with these. You can use this as a masterboard. It could be a background to a journal page. You can cut it up into tags. You could cut it up into strips like I'm going to. Turn it into pockets, that kind of thing. I mean, you know, the opportunities are endless. Okay, so here we go. We have this final strips of papers. I'm just making sure that I like the way that everything looks. Like, I don't really like right here. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't really like the way these didn't quite get close enough together in a way. So I can either just add some more paper, or I could add, like, I mean, shoot, really, if you wanted, you could go through just like you would on a masterboard, and you could cut these up into the shapes that you want. And then if you wanted to add like a focal point image or something like that, you could do that. Or if you want to cut these into tag shapes, then you could add, you know, like a butterfly sticker, or again, whatever you wanted the focal point image to be. Or you could just leave it like this and then put a picture on it or something like that. So anyways, I'm gonna close up our Mod Podge because I don't think I'll make another one of these right now. But I do kind of want to cut this up so that you can see the finale. Okay. So I'm just gonna figure out what size I want to cut these up so that they'll all be like the same. I'll probably just use my trimmer. Hopefully everything's dry enough, but yeah, okay. I'll bring this over. Let's see, what size? These are like 1.5 by 6 inches. So I'm just gonna copy that, use the same size. In fact, since I have a whole page here, I might as well just figure out where the halfway point is, if that makes sense. And I'm just gonna cut this in half so that we're not like left over with like a random little strip. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. There we go. So we'll cut that in. We'll start by that. Oopsies. A little piece of that paper came off, but that's okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna stack these so that I can just cut them all together. Hopefully it's gonna cut okay. You should probably let it dry first, but what fun would that be? Yeah, there's like a little, see what I mean when I was saying when you cut these up, sometimes little pieces come off, like this strip is coming off because I cut it in half and maybe didn't have so much glue on that part of paper. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more glue there. Alright, now let's try that again. We're gonna stack these and cut them into strips that are about 1.5 wide. Okay. One and a half. They're just getting a little stuck to my trimmer, if you're wondering, because that Mod Podge is like pretty wet, so. Okay. 1.5. Almost done, and then I can show you what they look like, and then I can decide if I want to sew these ones or what the heck I want to do. Okay, we're probably gonna have little strips left over just because that's how it worked out. 1.5. All right, cool, got it. Yeah, we're left over with like some little strips, but you could even cut these up and use these as like little embellishments. Okay, so move you. And let's see how they turn out. Honestly, cute. I mean, they're just little paper scraps, really, you know? They're just little strips. but you can use them as bookmarks, you can use them as tags. I'm going to be including them just like this to my Patreon members. And then when I do my monthly video, I'll come up with some different ways that you could use these. But just like when you're cutting up like masterboard pages, I mean, you can use this, like I said, as a little tag. You in the back with coffee dyed paper, do some journaling. You could put it on a page, glue this side and use it as a little belly band. You could put it on the flap of an envelope to decorate it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just a way to use up your scraps, really. It's just a simple little thing. But okay, let's see here. Oh, I did miss some. See, I don't know why the sorry, I'm not sure why the comments don't pop up on this phone. That's the only weird thing. I'm using my old phone because my current phone, the sound isn't working, if you didn't know. Okay, where do you find wallpaper pads? Someone probably already answered. Yeah, it looks like Julie did. But yep, I got all of mine from like paint stores, and I will just call and say, hey, do you have any expired wallpaper books that you need to get rid of? Because I would be willing to take them for craft projects and things. That's what I say. I actually have a full video. If you look on YouTube and search Paper Terrace, how to get free wallpaper, something like that, it should come up. And then I'll just go in. I went into detail, but ooh, it's pretty in SoCal, in the SoCal desert, working on new digital. Nice. You're very welcome. It's been fun to hang out, guys. I'm just reading the last of the comments, and then I'm probably gonna go. Possibility 87 in Canada. Hi, Debbie. I don't think I've said hi earlier, or I don't think, but okay, guys. Well, yeah, this was fun. We made some little scrappy pads. Don't know what to call them, and some little collage strips, and basically I just got to finish making these all day long, so it was super fun to hang out, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. I'm gonna try my best to get done super quick so I can enjoy some of the weather today. Probably not gonna happen, but we'll try. Okay guys, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.